Mississippi. Coming up this weekend, there will be a celebration in song for Pascagoula native Jimmy Buffett, and it will take place Sunday at the Grand Magnolia Ballroom. And one of the musicians coming together to honor their late friend is Darwin Nelson of Dee Band. Hey, Darwin.
Hey, Rebecca, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I hear you are headed to Pascagoula, and maybe you are getting some of the Lord's good rain we've all been praying for.
Well, I'm over, actually headed to Pensacola, and it is raining over here. Maybe I can bring some back to Mississippi this evening.
We would totally appreciate that. You just bring the big old rain cloud right on with you, because I hope that you guys are going to be playing inside this upcoming weekend. This is a wonderful tribute and idea for y'all's friend and artist Jimmy Buffett. How did this come about?
Well, first of all, we're all, Jimmy Buffett disciples, I guess you would say. Curtis Rockwell, our promoter, is one of the biggest Jimmy Buffett fans I've ever known since he could crawl, basically. And playing with us is going to be Matt Hoggett. Matt's former detective from Gaucher, and he was on the Mailboat Records label for a while with Jimmy Buffett. Jimmy discovered him back in 2012, and Matt kind of brought the rest of us along for the ride. Dana and I, my wife, we're Double D, and we used to play at the Margaritaville in Biloxi and New Orleans and Pensacola, and among others. And also playing with us will be the one and only Johnny Meyer from Gaucher, Mississippi, and then our buddy Taylor Craven from Ocean Springs by way of Clarksdale, who is a tremendous songwriter and been very influenced by Jimmy Buffett. So we've all been very influenced by him, and we just thought, hey, there's going to be a lot of Jimmy Buffett tributes, but this will be the only one in Jimmy Buffett's hometown. So that's kind of where we're coming at it from.
And a venue that he took the stage at many times, I think even, recently, always coming home and sort of giving back, the Grand Magnolia Ballroom. Was that special to Jimmy? What's the connection there?
Well, Richard Chenoweth, owner of Scranton's and the Grand Magnolia, was good friends with Jimmy, and we've had Mac McAnally, Will Kimbrough, Keith Sykes, Rodney Crowell, all people that are either played with Jimmy Buffett or greatly influenced by him. And they played at the Grand Magnolia many different times, and Jimmy has popped up a couple of times unannounced just to be at Pascagoula and be with all of us.
Now, I know this event is actually going to be free Sunday at 6 p.m., but you guys are connecting with a charity. I assume that it would be associated with something Jimmy was near and dear to. Tell us about that.
Well, we're accepting donations, and our charity of choice is Dixie Adoptables. Jimmy was a great dog lover, and if you look at the event picture for Sunday night, he is pictured with his King Charles Spaniels. And we probably won't have any King Charles Spaniels up for adoption, but Dixie Adoptables in Lucedale, Mississippi, they have a rescue mission, and they transport animals to other parts of the country. And that's kind of our charity of choice, really, at every event we have at the Grand Magnolia. And we thought that would be a great way to honor Jimmy and his love for dogs. And that's our charity for Sunday night. And we're going to be live streaming, and you can donate to Dixie Adoptables in Jimmy's honor Sunday night during the event. You can do it anytime, really, if you want to go to the website, but we figure we're going to have a lot of eyes on the program Sunday night.
With so many decades of a career like Jimmy Buffett, how do you guys get together, Darwin, and decide what your set list is going to be for that night? Because if you played every song he ever recorded, you would be there for a really long time. So how do you even start to decide, how to pay tribute to someone who's been around in the business for so long?
Well, he was such a tremendous songwriter, and I mentioned that in 2 weeks I happen to be associated with the Mississippi Songwriters Festival as well, and Steve Azar is going to be with us this year for Hall of Fame night, which is 2 weeks from tonight. And Jimmy was the first inductee into the Mississippi Songwriters Hall of Fame 5 years ago. And that's what a lot of people fail to realize, that he was such a tremendous songwriter. A lot of people, in the last 20 to 30 years, they know him as an entertainer. They know him as an entrepreneur. But Jimmy Buffett is second to none when it comes to songwriting. So it'd be hard-pressed to pick a song of Jimmy Buffett's that was not fitting for Sunday night. Obviously, we can't do them all. Me and Dana and Matt, worked a lot for Margaritaville, so we know a lot of Jimmy Buffett songs. So we're able to try to pick the we want to have some fun with one particular harbor in Pascagoula Run, but we also want to be respectful. You know, when Pirate looks at 40, and he went to Paris, you know, so he really covered the whole gamut of songwriting, whether it was fun, entertaining, or just real respectful and mournful at times, you know. So we'll narrow that down by Sunday night. Obviously, we can't do them all, but we're going to do some. We know most everybody in the room is going to be singing along with whatever we do. So we're going to have a good time with it.
You are going to have a good time. That's going to be 6 p.m. That's coming up Sunday night at the Grand Magnolia Ballroom there in Pascagoula. It is a free event, Darwin, but do they need to get tickets ahead of time? I know it won't technically sell out, but is it a chance that there will be standing room only?
There is that possibility, Rebecca. When we kind of put our heads together wanting to do this, we thought it would be nice, and then it's kind of blown up. So we are expecting a full house, to be honest with you. And if people want to see, they probably need to be there before 6 o'clock. We're going to try to accommodate everybody as best we can. If we have to put some speakers outside for the courtyard, we'll do that as well. But, you know, we want it to be kind of informal. We're obviously going to have a program, but we know people are going to be there to honor Jimmy and his legacy, and they're going to want to sing along. So I think if you're in the building or if you're in close proximity to the building, you're going to have a good time Sunday night. And I think we're going to memorialize Jimmy Buffett.
Do you remember the first time you met him, Darwin?
The first time I actually met him was at Pensacola, at a Pensacola concert. As a matter of fact, Dana and I and Matt were playing for at the Margaritaville Resort there on Pensacola Beach before the show and after the show, and we had ringside tickets, if you will, right by the stage. We were able to speak to him as he stepped up onto the stage, and I guess that was not until about 2012, 2013. Of course, Matt has spent time with Jimmy. They've taken band rides together and done GoPro events, and Matt was on stage with him in Birmingham in 2012. He's our closest connection. And, you know, anybody that's listened to Jimmy Buffett's music for the last 50 years probably feels like they've met him in one way or another.
Will flip-flops be a requirement to come Sunday night?
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Will flip-flops be a requirement? Will you have to wear flip-flops to get in on Sunday night?
Not a requirement, but they certainly are accepted.
Will there be margaritas flowing on Sunday night?
I think there probably will be.
Did he really like margaritas? I feel like he definitely ran with that, but I always wondered if I ever got a chance, like, was that his beverage of choice, or was he secretly like a martini guy and it just didn't fit in his song?
It was probably either a margarita with Jose Cuervo, or it might have been Landshark beer, so he can, because he did have certainly an interest in that.
Absolutely, he did. A businessman he was, but as you mentioned, first and foremost, he was a songwriter and an artist of all kinds, and I know that so many will be happy to get out and support him by coming, and if they can't, going back to, you can donate to the charity of choice, Dixie Adoptable Animal Rescues Transports Project online. I know there'll be a lot of cover and tributes, Darwin, over the next, well, I guess now forever, right? Like they will be giving respects.
Yeah.
But this one's special.
I think you're going to see a lot of that. But we're going to be in Jimmy's hometown, so they can't take that away from us.
No, they cannot. Safe travels. Bring a little rain back with you. Maybe it can dry up for you guys' event Sunday night. But wishing y'all the best.
Thank you so much, Rebecca. We look forward to seeing everybody Sunday night.
All righty. It's going to be a good time. Again, that's the Grand Magnolia Ballroom there in Pascagoula, where Jimmy Buffett was a native. It is a free concert, or a free event, I guess you could say. It starts at 6 p.m., but as Darwin said, you might want to get there a little early if you're trying to make plans to actually get a seat to it. But if not, and you want to pay respects instead of flowers or any other way, then the Dixie Adoptable Animal Rescues Transport Project. So how cool is that? And wear your flip-flops, right? And if you like, partake in a margarita. Why not? All right, stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.